So we're going to look at the harmonic analysis of the first part of Mozart. And I don't know if you all know this, but cats like Mozart. Every time I play Mozart, oh, there he goes. I stopped playing, so he's leaving. Okay, he'll just use his tail to point out any mistakes that I make. So we're going to talk about the harmonic analysis of this first movement here. We've gone through the structure. We've looked at the keys. I have the recording queued up here so we can actually listen to. So if you remember, we had the beginning is in C, and we heard an imperfect authentic cadence here and a half cadence in the key of C here. So for this entire block, we will analyze in the key of C. All right, I'm going to play that first one for you, the first little phrase. Give me a second. Here we go. Okay, so again, this is called Alberti bass. Essentially, this is a C major triad where you just take your hand and you rock it back and forth on the chord to give some motion. Okay, so that's a 1 chord, 5, 4, 3, because we have D in the bass, B in the soprano. We're back to 1. Remember in theory class yesterday we talked about re do in the bass being 5, 4, 3 to 1. This is a 4, 6, 4. And do you remember the kinds of 6/4s? This one is a pedal 6/4, right? Because the bass sustains. And here our bass goes T, do, and that is a 5, 6, 5 to 1. Okay, so tonic, dominant, tonic, predominant, tonic, dominant, tonic. Very simple. Now we get this spot with all these scales. It's interesting because the scales basically represent one note. Okay, we have F here. This is A up to A and back down to A. So this whole thing is basically an elaborated sustained A. And if you look at the next measure, you see G up to G and back down. This is all just G. And here F. With a lesser composer, you would call this filler. But for Mozart, it sounds really good. E. All right. That simplifies things a lot because we have F, A, C. That's a 4 chord. Here we have C, E, G. That's 1, 6. Here we have D, F, C. That's 2, 7. And for the first time in this section, the note actually changes here, the second chord of the measure. And now, see how this is B, G, and F, and here we've got D and B. This is a 5, 4, 3, going to 1. And again, the bass goes re, do, 5, 4, 3 to 1. Okay, so let's hear this spot. And listen in this spot for this. And in fact, I'm going to sketch this. Okay, so right here, at the beginning, we had the section we talked about, and then it goes to this part with the scale. I'm going to sort of collect this into one staff just to represent it simply. The bass goes F, E, D, and C. And this walks down A, G, F, and E. Do you see this is all parallel thirds? Okay, so there's very strong counterpoint going on here. And then through this section we have C, C, C in the middle voice, which gives us our harmonies 4, 1, 6, 2, 7, and then the C steps down to B. Oops, sorry. This C steps down to B while the D and F sustain. And that gives us a 5, 4, 3. And do you remember the 7, 4, 3 chain, which takes us to a root position 1. So as you hear this, think about these parallel thirds walking down. See if you can hear this motion from C to B, in which the 2, 7 changes to a 5, 4, 3. Okay, I'll get this whole thing up here along with my analytical reduction. Oops, let me play that for you. Okay, so now this walks down from E to D, okay, and it fills in up to D, and then it leaps to A and fills in up to A. So things have changed. Okay, make sure I'm on the right screen. Okay. This is F, A, D, so that is a 2, 6. And this is F and A hitting a C back down here, so we've got a 4. 2, 6, and 4 are almost the same chord. 2, 6 is DFA. 4 is FAC, 2 of the same notes. One note changes, they're both predominant. They both go to 5. Okay, so they can be used somewhat interchangeably. In fact, we do have often a 2, 6, 5, and you see this 2, 6, 5 has the 4 in it, and it has the 2 in it. So the 4 plus the 2, 6 forms the 2, 6, 5. Okay, so we've got that. Here, this is moving from 4 to 4, 6. And do you see where this goes F to A? This is emphasizing A and goes to F, our good old voice exchange. And now we have D and C and F sharp right here. We have D and C and F sharp. That's only missing one note to give us a D7 chord with a major triad and a minor 7th, which is a secondary dominant, 5, 7, up G, which is 5. So we're tonicizing this 5 chord. With the F sharp in the bass, that makes it a 5, 6, 5, a 5. And here, this is 5, sustaining all the way through to here. Now, we do have these 6/4 chords embellishing, and these are actually kind of like cadential 6/4s. Do you see that? How they are resolving? Okay, so I'm fine with just calling this 5 all the way through. We could do this. I'm going to write it here just to make it a little easier to see. 5, 5, 3, 6, 4, 5, 3, 6, 4, 5, 3, and I guess we have, yeah, and that's it, because we don't get the 7ths on these chords. So it's just 5, 3, 6, 4, 5, 3, 6, 4, still all 5 all the way through. Okay, I'm going to stop here. This was the C major section, measures 1 through what? 15, 14, 13, measures 1 through 12. I will pick up here at the G major section in the next video.